Very good morning, dear student. I am Anant Vats, and today we will learn class 9th chapter 2nd bio, that is tissue. Dear student, when we start learning something, at first we have required some basic idea about that, and we have to know what is the necessity to learn that things. Dear student, we can see in our surrounding there are lots of the family, and in a particular family, let's suppose in any family there are 4 or 5 members. They have different types of work. Means in any family there are some kid, there are some male member or female member. They can differentiate their work as per their capability, their age, their requirement. Similarly, we know that the unicellular and multicellular organism in our surrounding. In multicellular organism, for long life survival and to differentiate their work for proper functioning, they require some organ, and the organs are the systematic way by systematic construction which is made up of the tissue. So let at first we have to define the tissue. Tissue, it is the group of cell which have same in structure and can perform specific type of work together. That means it is the group of cells which have same in structure and can perform a specific type of work together. That means in our body we have eye to see, we have tongue to taste something, we have skin to sense something. That means we have required different organ for their different functioning. That means tissue, which is the set of cell for similar type of structure which perform some similar kind of work. In previous chapter we already differentiate the cell, plant and animal cell. What is the difference between cell? Right now in our surrounding there are lots of the type of plant and animals. How can we differentiate the animal and plant cell? Animal and plant tissue. We can see that in animal tissue, they have they can run, they can move here and there. That is called, the animals are locomotive and plants are stationary. First difference between animal and plant tissue is plant are stationary and animal tissue are plant are stationary and animal tissue are locomotive. Locomotive means which can change their place. What is the second difference? Plant have unlimited growth and animals have limited growth. Plant have dead and live cell both, but in animal only live cell can perform their work. Next, in animal cell we can see that animal can move, and for the movement we have required some energy. In animal cell, animal tissue consume much energy. Animal tissue requires much energy, and plant tissue requires less energy. Plant tissue have cell division in entire life, that is unlimited, and animal tissue have their cells divide in limited time period. This is a essential. That means by such way we can differentiate animal and plant tissue. Next, After differentiation, after differentiating the animal and plant tissue, our next topic is the types of plant tissue. So types of plant tissue. Plant have temporary and permanent tissue. The temporary tissue are responsible for growth. Precisely, that means in plant we know that unlimited growth, and the temporary tissue is called also meristematic tissue, and the permanent tissue at simple and complex permanent. There are collenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma, and xylem and phloems are there, which we discuss in upcoming period. Right now our motive is we have to define the meristematic or temporary tissue, which is primarily responsible for the growth of any plant. So let apical meristematic. We can see in this diagram apical meristematic. This is responsible for the vertical growth of root and tip, and this is the responsible for the vertical growth of root and tip. This is responsible for primary growth of any plant. Primary means at first the tip is grow, after that secondary growth can occur in any plant. Primary growth, that means first growth, which is responsible for first growth. So primarily for the first growth, apical meristem is responsible for first growth, that is primary growth. After that, when primarily the vertical growth occurs by the apical meristematic, which we can see the tip or the root of any plant. After that, we have requires nodal growth. We can see the node on any sugarcane tree plant or any bamboo or any plant or tree where there is any node, where there is any junction of branches, there is some intercalary meristem, which is responsible for manage their nodes, to grow their nodes. Last, intercalary. After that, last one is lateral meristematic. Lateral meristematic, we know that primarily the tip is grow, and secondly there is requirement of some horizontal growth. For the horizontal growth, this is responsible for vertical growth, and this is responsible for secondary or horizontal growth. By that, any root can enlarge their, any plant can enlarge their area. That means lateral meristematic is responsible for the lateral growth, the horizontal growth of any plant. By these we can understand the primary growth of any plant, and in this tissue there are much cell divisions are there. That's why these are called temporary tissue. In upcoming video we have tried to understand the permanent tissue, where there is less cell division. They are responsible for the flow of food, water, and the rest of the thing. Thank you very much.